I could put you in the brig for what you've done, but I won't do it.
Talking Dicks, the comedy podcast spin-off from the web series The Two Dicks. I'm Al Ducharme in Studio City, California. And that, ladies and gentlemen, with the mug is Al Romas in Tampa. And to my right is the very funny and lovely Bernadette Pauley as our special guest today. Welcome aboard, Bernadette.
Thanks for having me. I'm happy to bring some diversity to this podcast.
You got a wire.
Is it,
There's a wire in front of her face. And
for the Patreon members who are wondering, is it cold in the Ducharme house today? You guys look like you're in the middle of
we didn't
the Antarctic. A little hats going on, some long sleeves I see. Is it chilly there?
It is chilly.
Actually, it is chilly. And it's we were up very, very early today, were we not, Bernadette?
The cat, the quasi-feral
entity.
PTSD cat, the outdoor cat that we've brought in the house since our buddy Chihuahua went to heaven, he wakes us up several times during the night to go outside. So the last time was at 6 a.m. and we said, let's get out of bed.
And he's an outdoor cat indoors. Maybe.
He's an outdoor cat that we've been letting into the house because we worry about him. A cat shouldn't be living outside in Los Angeles. It's cold now, and it's taken us a very long time to get him to trust us. But he still panics and has to leave frequently.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah. I used to have, when I was a kid, I actually did this as a joke in the old days. It didn't work, but I'll throw it out there that my father used to tell me we had a pet because we didn't have a pet, and I said and he said we have an outdoor cat, and it was a cat that kind of circled, and then I said that's great. I also have a shrub, and a rock, and I just named outdoor things, and then I would keep doing that, and the audience would just stare the way you guys are. So, and Alfred's not paying attention. If you notice on the Patreon video, he's looking at other things.
He's always more interested.
It's beyond distribing. It's so goddamn disturbing.
I'm adjusting on the fly. We don't have an engineer because of COVID.
Our engineer died
of COVID-17. That's how long ago it was.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. What is does the cat have a name?
Jasper.
Well, yeah, Jasper, but we're not sure if it's a male or female because we don't know if it's a neutered male. Is that right? Neutered, spayed is female, neutered is male, correct? Castration is neutered?
Yeah, I can't answer that question. I'm not qualified, but let's go with neutered. So Jasper, and how long has this cat now been with you guys?
Well, he's been living between the two properties, our neighbors in here, for 8 years, right?
Yes.
And he only started coming into our home in the last few months. So we had to give him some flea medication. We've been feeding him, and he used to he wouldn't even come near us, and he would nip at us.
And hiss. Spit.
Oh.
Yeah.
And now he's all up in my junk, and he's purring, and he's rolling on me. He's headbutting me. He loves us.
But he's still iffy. He could still kill us in our sleep.
He's corralling us. At night, he corrals us.
And I know. See, a dog, you adopt a dog, and they love you, and they're with you. But those cats, I just don't trust them. That's a trust factor. I don't trust them.
We are still in fear of him eating our eyeballs at night.
Yes, you should be. Sleep with one eye open and get up early and let him out, for God's sake.
I'm going to put goggles on.
I use the melatonin to sleep. I don't know if you guys use the melatonin. And
you're a junkie.
Yeah. Well, I take like 5 of them, 10 milligram, and I bought the bottle.
Yeah,
what do you mean,
a lot.
Yeah, I know. It helps me sleep. But the bottle says melatonin on it, right? 10 milligram. But next to the bottle was another bottle of B12 with the same exact bottle, same writing, same coloring, same everything. And in a hurry, as I always am, I grabbed the B12 2 days ago and brought it home. And then last night I took 5 B12s.
Oh.
And went to bed, and it knocked me out. I was unconscious. It was the best sleep I had. I woke up this morning going, holy God, that was a nice sleep. And then I'm looking at the sink, and it says B12, take 1 a day after a meal. I took 5 at midnight. So anyway, I'm just letting people know the best sleep you ever get.
No,
B12,
that's
5 of them. 5 of them.
You're poisoning your blood.
What are you talking about? I slept like a goddamn baby.
Al,
You're lucky you
I
woke
think
up.
you're dead.
You're like The Walking Dead. Holy
Well,
shit.
inside, no doubt, but
No,
yeah.
it can be toxic, so be careful.
Really?
Well, how many milligrams is the B?
that was it's not in milligram form. It's like, whatever. It doesn't say milligrams. I checked on the bottom.
Not in milligram form. It's in
No.
otherworldly form.
Yes, yes,
Okay.
yeah. Didn't have a milligram. Didn't have an mg on it. So I don't know, but I don't know how much. I took 5 of them, and they were slow dissolve.
I think it was acid.
time
Al.
release,
It
you
was
mean?
acid.
Time released?
I'll tell you what. I slept like, I've never slept before. So
Okay.
I may do it like once a week, maybe once a week. You know what I mean?
Well, why don't you try like 2? It's actually a stimulant. You should. There's no vitamin C in it. It's just straight B.
B12.
That's an energy thing.
Yeah.
Well, sir. Well, 5 of them goes the other way.
Did you have?
I've discovered something.
When you woke up, were you in a haze or were you well rested?
I was as well rested as I've been in months. It was unbelievable.
I think a vitamin B supplement intervention is needed here. You're just out of control, mister.
Oh God, it was really incredible.
Well, here's
and
some, by the way, I'm glad you brought it up because I was
Yeah.
contacted by your neighbor,
Bring it
and
up.
here's some of their security footage of you naked, with the exception of what is that on your penis there? You're covering yourself, but
See.
you're climbing on top of their BMW. What are you doing? Are you watching this footage?
I'm watching the footage, Al.
Yeah. This bit's going nowhere. How dare you? Anyway, so I slept like a baby,
You
and
shit
it
yourself.
was great.
You shit
and it was
yourself.
B12. No, there was no shit. It was just sleep, and it was good. But I was disappointed to realize B12, and
Seriously,
I may have done damage.
Go Google yourself and find
Yes, sir.
out what the B12 overdosing like that before bed.
Right before bed. You know what I mean?
Did
Turned
you
off
have,
the phone.
Did you have vivid dreams and?
No, nothing. Just slept like the dead. That's the great sleep. Didn't move. Woke up. Covers are, I was like
You're lucky-
brushing my teeth going, that was amazing. And then I looked over and it's like B12. I'm like, what?
Toxic,
B12.
Toxic shock. You're lucky.
Maybe. So, once every other week, maybe. You know what I mean?
No,
what the hell?
no 5. You
Yeah, maybe.
try 1 or 2.
You know what? Before I went, this is interesting. Bernie's here. This will be her take on this. I was watching a show last night before I went to sleep, and they were talking. It was couples, these relationship bullshit,
Yeah,
and
bullshit.
but they were talking about it was swingers, but not swingers. It was orgies, orgies.
Mm-hmm.
And my question is, and there goes Al. You know how? I mean, it's got to be a guy's idea, right? It's a guy's idea. If you're a couple, I want to be in order. How do you sell that to the wife or girlfriend? How do you sell that?
I think
idea.
I think you're going old school.
You think so?
You're going old school. That it's the.
Well,
guy's
I'm kind of
idea.
old. I think I'm
I
kind
would
of
imagine that usually it's the guy's idea.
right.
Usually, yeah, usually. So how do you
But
sell that?
How do you sell that to your partner?
You say to your wife, honey, if you participate in an orgy tonight, I promise I won't talk all week.
Oh, is that?
And
It's got to be a
that'll
barter.
happen. Yes.
Is a barter system?
Yes. Yes.
Interesting.
That's
okay.
what I'm thinking. That's what
I just couldn't imagine where both people are on the same page, where they're going, "Hey, we should participate in an orgy," and the other person goes, "Yes, we should."
Yes.
Yes, that would be wonderful for us. I'm sure it's a healthy relationship, but these people claim it. It's like the swingers we talked about on a previous pod, where I don't know what else. Doing it again now. He's moving things. It's beyond annoying, but okay, whatever.
Well,
there he goes.
though, in a lot of the major hotels, I know out in Palm Springs and around LA, major hotels rent out to group sex parties.
Why would he know
Did
that?
you-
You do know.
I
Al,
would
they take 5 hits
Yeah.
of vitamin B and they go fucking bananas.
I do know that. Yeah. No, I didn't actually know. I know cruise ships do it,
Oh, see.
but I did.
Okay.
but I
so
didn't
I
know-
didn't know cruise
I
ships
didn't-
do it. Yeah.
Yes, but I didn't know. I mean, it makes sense, hotels, but at least a cruise ship, when they do it, they generally will time it for a dry dock at the end of it. So they'll have a month or so to
Okay.
clean the goddamn thing.
Oh, so you've
But
never worked a gig for one of these cruises.
I did a swingers cruise.
You're blowing me out with your mic. Can you turn your power down?
This guy. Yeah, there you go. I did a swingers cruise.
Your levels are through the roof.
Oh, God. That's fine. There you go. I moved it back a little. There you are.
You just you want me to edit the sound and mix that sound for 2 hours. That's what you want me to do. Okay. I just want to make sure that we're all at the same level. Okay, good. What's 90 minutes of my life during a pandemic? Let's go.
Okay.
All right.
We were discussing.
So have you ever participated in one of those?
Well, he said he did a swingers cruise.
Yes, but
I didn't participate in the swing.
This on one of our podcasts.
But that's different than that's a lifestyle. Right. And I don't know if orgies are a lifestyle. Do you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes. Yeah. Well, first of all, I believe that most of those marriages end that are swingers. They may have been, were they swingers before they got married, or was it introduced during the marriage? I think
it's another one of those. I don't know how you sell it. Either partner. I don't know how that. Hey, we're married. Things are good. Hey, I'd like to be, with other people.
Well,
what do you think?
I'd like to know. So if you put in the comments below, folks, let us know how you sell it, so that I can get my pitch ready.
Can I tell you something very funny? Katie Love.
Please.
Katie Love.
Please.
Here in L.A., very, very funny comedian, writer, lover.
Mm-hmm.
She told, at Flappers Comedy Club, she told the story one time of performing at a group sex or orgy or swingers home. She did a gig in a club. He said, hey, I'll give you X amount of money. Would you come? We happen to be swingers. And she said, like an idiot, she thought they were like big band swing. But being a comedian, she shows up.
Really?
Yes. And of course, wanted to, and it was for $300. And she tells the story on stage, and she swore up and down, Bernie, I'm not exaggerating at all. She did the show. People are naked and having sex in different corners of the house. It's all over the place. And then it's time to get paid. There's like 4 people half paying attention to her while they have like sex in a corner or whatever's happening.
All right, now where's my wallet?
So she says, where is so-and-so, the man who hired her? And someone says, oh, he's up in a back bedroom. So she tells the story of going up the stairs, going into her room, opening a door.
Jesus.
He's going down on a woman. She waits till he's done to get her $300. She's telling this, and the audience in the comedy club is just so appalled and laughing. And every comedian in the back of the room, myself included, is like, "Who books that?"
Yeah, who books that? And always get paid before the show.
Is that a cash gig?
Yeah,
it was a cash gig.
Always.
I asked her. It was a cash gig.
Oh my God! Wow. Yeah. Well, that's I've never heard that one. That's when you think you've heard it all. So, never heard that one.
So were you where did this question come from?
Bernie was asking why did I...
So, yeah, where did this contemplation come from?
Well, because I saw it was a show on one of the Lifetime or something, and it was talking about relationships, and these people were heading to orgies. Mm. So then I just wondered... How do you end up... Yeah. How do you end up as a couple? I could see a guy wanting it or a girl, but how does the couple? How do you... At dinner, do you broach the subject? I know you like my penis. Would you like 6 others? Honey. I don't know how does it go? How do you sell it?
Would you care for an appetizer?
Right. I don't know how to, I think they both want it.
I'm sure there's different ways, but my guess would be it starts off with a threesome. You invite somebody in the relationship, and then you go from there and you graduate to that Stanley Kubrick film, Eyes Wide Shut.
Oh, great movie.
Great movie, see? He's into it.
Fidelio.
He's into it.
Yeah.
Good.
That's the password.
Fidelio.
Yes. Yes.
Hey, what do you think of the 2 dicks emblem in the background? And now if you're a Patreon member, you'll be able to see our little Jimmy Carroll logo right there.
And if you're not a Patreon member, why not?
$5
why
a
not
month.
join?
Patreon.com/the2dicks.
Get a mug.
Get a mug, for crying out loud.
Get a coaster.
$10 a month, you get a coaster and a mug. $25 a month, you get a mug, a coaster, you get a T-shirt, and Al will give you a vitamin B.
I'll invite you to the next orgy that I attend. Mm-hmm. As my guest. What the movie? Am I sensing Bernie doesn't like Eyes Wide Shut?
No, I saw it. Maybe I should see it again. I was just like, what's all the hoopla about this? Yeah. You liked it? You thought it was a great film?
I put it in my maybe my top 20.
Really?
Top 20. Yeah, great movie. And you got to see it. It's one of those. It gets better each time. So yes, I would definitely.
We should watch it again.
We should.
Because I haven't seen it. When was it out? 25 years ago?
Oh yeah, probably.
Maybe because it's Tom Cruise, I didn't pay much attention because I just think Scientology whenever I see him in anything.
Nicole Kidman.
Right.
She can bring it. That girl brings it.
Yeah, she brings it.
Yeah, you know who's great too is what's his name? The director.
Stanley Kubrick.
No, but the director who's Sidney Pollack. Remember his buddy? He's the doctor. And he
takes when Sidney Pollack is doing more acting.
Yes.
He always puts himself in his own film.
Right, but he's the doctor friend of Cruise, and he helps that model chick when she ODs, and they may or may not kill the piano player.
Gee, I don't remember a lot of this movie.
Yeah, you don't remember the movie at all. How dare you?
Go
watch
it.
You?
Can I?
Can you?
Yeah, I don't.
Please.
I don't want to be blue for the sake of blue. But you're discussing where in a marriage does it, how does that come about? And it's funny to me because the other day you and I were having a legitimate conversation at the table. A friend of mine, Lorenzo, made some jokes and comments about Instagram models going to Saudi Arabia, saying, "Oh, I'm going on tour." And basically what they're letting wealthy Saudi Arabians defecate on their chest for like $20K.
Really?
And then people talk about...
Who gives two shits?
Can I get into that?
Yeah, right?
Can anyone get into...
So then people were talking about Trump and the golden showers or whatever he does. And I said to Al, I said, well, for $50,000, Trump or anyone can piss on... You want to piss on my foot?
My price was much higher.
And then you were like, oh, for $2 million. And I was like, $2 million?
$2 million?
Yeah, right? I have $50,000 right now.
I didn't say $2 million.
You can piss on me.
I said,
let's
you
start
can't
piss
at $1 million.
in my mouth.
Let's bring it to the table.
But seriously,
mouth, no. I mean, no.
Oh.
No, but for retirement,
$2 million.
$2 million. I would have a yes. I think anything goes for $2 million. Anything goes. Anything goes.
As long as I'm not maimed.
No, anything goes. Yeah.
I don't want AIDS.
But Al, what's your bottom line? What's your bottom line for someone to piss on?
I guess for $2 million, at our age, we could probably get just take a pill a day with the HIV, right?
B12. Go right to sleep and forget all about it.
I need to know
what's the bottom line?
Yeah, for piss.
For piss?
Yes.
And you. Not mouth or face.
What do you mean? Like I've had drunk friends piss on me in the fucking men's room.
This is true.
Yeah.
On my leg. What the fuck you do? Watch my shoes, dude.
They can piss on.
Sorry.
I need to know your
I apologized 8 times to you about that.
They can piss anywhere but on your face. Yes.
I would right now during a pandemic. I'll go. Give me $10,000.
$10,000.
Give me $10,000 cash. You can whip it out and pee all over the fucking. Do it. Go for it.
What's your bottom line?
What do you mean? I'll take from like neck down.
From neck down.
Neck down. 10 G's cash right now. You got it.
I got to go 25.
I'll put it on the Patreon.
He's very
uppity. 25.
Yeah, because I don't think.
Well, he's got voiceover money. He's got TV money.
I don't think that my insurance.
He hangs with Bill Burr and
cover the therapy.
Okay, I'm not trying to be gross, but let's just be honest here.
Yeah.
And how much to defecate on you?
Well, but
neck down. Neck down.
Boy.
Neck down.
Neck down.
Handcuff.
Defecate.
Handcuff.
Is it a woman or a man?
Big, hairy Arab fella.
It's
a fella.
It's a fella.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
A fella.
I thought we were talking about fellas. Women?
No.
Women?
Yeah. Or both. Pee, it's different.
I'll pay a woman to pee on me.
Okay. I would go.
How much?
I would go.
How much?
I'll go. I definitely. I need what Al's original. I'll go $25K.
To poo on?
$25K.
Really?
You got to take a shit on me?
Yeah, it's part of it. Come on.
It's pandemic times only. This is my pandemic special.
Let me rep you.
You know?
I'm not letting anybody shit on my client for less than $50K.
No. During the pandemic, I got to go $25K. I go half price. I'm crazy Al. My prices are insane.
Crazy Al.
Yeah. I go 25, but that would be that'd be a tough one. But I guess there are guys who pay for it.
I just said that.
Yeah. So people are paying for it.
Yeah. True.
So, I didn't know about these Instagram models. This is their thing now? This is what
they say that they're going on tour and they come back out with all this money.
On tour?
Actually, what's happened? Yes.
What is the difference
That's
between
hilarious.
a stand-up comedian? We're all whores, right?
Yes. Well, that's like a cruise ship comic who says, I'm on tour. And you're like, you're on 3 boats.
But here's what was happening. Here's what was happening in one of these countries. They would go over and they'd say, okay, you're going to get $150,000 to spend a month there. And then they go, okay, I'm going to leave. They go, yeah, he liked you, so you're going to stay an extra month. And it's like, what?
Mm-hmm.
No. Then you become like a slave.
Oh, yeah, that's not nice.
But they're being paid. They're not slaves.
But there was an issue. It did hit the paper. Wasn't it like 10 years ago there was an issue?
You sound like a comedy agent. Oh, but it's a good job.
You're getting paid.
The women were coming back.
Well, slaves don't get paid. You're getting paid, so live with it. It's not that bad.
I was going to dance and give massages to the king. And then it was up to you whether or not you wanted to go further and you could make more money. And I didn't, and I wanted to leave town, and they kept me there against my will. And they're like, well, guess what? It's out of the United States jurisdiction. You can't, no lawsuits against a king.
He has really thought this through.
There's a lot of info. I don't know how much of that is real, how much of it is his fevered imagination. I don't know what's going on there, but there's a lot. You have a lot of inside insight there, Alfred.
Well, I'm not getting enough vitamin B.
If you take 5 of them, you will sleep like the goddamn dead. Let me tell you right now. Yeah, I was afraid. I was going to tell my sister, who's a nurse, about it, but she always yells at me about everything, so I'm glad I didn't after hearing what you guys just said.
It's toxic. We know that. It's toxic.
Yeah, it's toxic.
It is.
God. All right.
So
what's worse, 5B12s or getting shit on by a dude for $20,000? Are you taking the 20, Al? What do you want?
50. I said 50.
You want 50?
During the
50,
pandemic.
Bernie, 50?
I came way down, by the way.
Oh, God.
And then some people say these guys want you to piss on them, and I'd piss on any Wall Street guy for like $50.
Really?
Yeah.
All right.
Did you ever see the Chuck Berry video with the hooker?
No.
Go to YouTube, put in Chuck Berry hooker, and Chuck has this blonde hooker, and he pees all over her, and then she takes it all, and she's like, oh, and she goes, I love you, and then he starts berating her. He goes, you don't love me, you love me because I'm paying you, and he goes, I'd kiss you, but you smell like piss. And then it cuts to a scene they're in bed, and she's blowing Chuck, and then he farts in her face really loud. And she just takes it.
Yeah, honey, you got to see this.
Oh, my God.
First off, let me tell you guys, I did it to get my SAG card. Okay? So no judging. I'm a woman, and I'm in charge of my own sexual entity, or whatever I'm supposed to say.
I think Chuck was in charge, to be honest.
Chuck was in charge.
After watching that video.
Chuck in charge.
Chuck in charge.
All right, so do we have a question?
We have a question.
Questions.
And the question is from who?
I believe it's been asked before, but we'll answer because we have new listeners, new listeners there all over the
our
podcast
last
platform.
Podcast, over 2,100 views on YouTube alone, plus all the downloads from iTunes and Pandora, and Spotify.
So 2,150 total. Pretty good. Pretty good. All right, ready?
Yes.
Hey, Dix, what? My writing's so bad. What's your favorite comedy club? Bernie, you can jump into, of course. Favorite comedy club.
For me, it's the Stand in Edinburgh.
Yeah.
Oh.
The Stand comedy clubs over there I really loved, and the Edinburgh was my favorite in the world to perform.
And you hooked me up with that. She went and did it first and then came back and said, I told the booker all about you. And then we went back and we kind of did it together. Although you were working in Edinburgh. No, I was working in Edinburgh and you were working
Glasgow, and then we'd switch.
And then we'd switch nights.
Was this a festival thing? Was this part of a festival?
I went for a festival, and then we got some bookings and went back.
Yeah, we went back and did a 3-city tour in and around Scotland. But it was
like the chicks in Dubai.
Yes.
Same kind of a tour.
We toured.
Yeah.
And the Scots, when they shit on you, they have skirts and they don't wear underwear, so it's quick. It's in and out.
You would think, yes, that's a little better. The whole process doesn't take as long without the undergarment.
I'm going to put it right in the middle of the chest. Now don't move. Yeah. Don't move.
Right. I don't know what accent that is.
Is that your favorite club too?
No. I'm going to go stateside. A lot of my comedy clubs that are my favorites don't exist any longer. But I actually filmed and recorded my DVD and a video, a CD, DVD.
VHS.
At the VHS beta at the Portland Comedy Connection in Portland, Maine. That was a tiny little. You did it.
I did it. Yes, it was great.
It was just.
That's a good place to record.
Yeah, when I was living in New England, but even New York, I would make that 5-hour drive and go up there for like 4 nights. Sometimes do a corporate show, and then do the club on the weekend. I just had so many good times there.
Yeah, I could see that. I could see a good place to. When that place was packed and going, it was fantastic.
Very good.
I would say a club that's not even liked by a lot of comics, but I loved it. I was living on Long Island, and it got to just be there all the time. Was Governors in Levittown? Yes, Governors in Levittown on a weekend. Holy God, boy! If they liked you
when they were with you,
which is like
if they were not with you, you got problems. You got big issues. One night we were there, and Joe Rogan was on stage, and he was bombing. This is 20 years ago, but he was bombing, and he insulted this guy's girlfriend up front, and she was the typical Long Island girl with hair out to here, and. She didn't get the she was just sitting there, it was ridiculous. And he went after her, and then the guy goes, "I'm going to kick your ass." And Joe's like, "All right, you're not kicking my ass." And Joe's wearing like a Boston Bruins jersey, and, he's just like, "You're not kicking my ass." And the guy's like, "I'm going to kick your ass. So finish your shit." This is during the show. Finish your little shit, and we're going to meet in the parking lot, and I will kick your ass. That's a promise. And so Joe's still got another 20 minutes, So he does the 20, and the comics, we're all going out front now. We're like, I want to be right out. I want to see this right out the door. And Joe finishes, I guess, however it went. I don't know. And then he comes, the guy and the girl, they're out there already because the guy left with like 3 or 4 minutes to go. So the guy's out there waiting because he's thinking Joe's going to pussy out, and he'll just, be able to say, "Hey, he's a pussy, he didn't show up."
Wrong.
The door is open. Joe comes right out in front of the crowd. The whole crowd's behind him. Yep. Opens the door to the outside door. It's cold. The guy's standing there. Joe walks out and, like a movie, just punches. One punch goes into the guy's throat.
Oh, geez, he could have killed him.
The guy buckles and drops like he was shot. He just drops. He's on his stomach. He gets up on his knees. The girl is screaming, and Joe's just like stands there like this. Come on.
Oh,
he could have killed him.
I love it.
Well, Joe, he's black belt judo.
Oh, he's all those belts.
No, he's crazy, and he has a temper.
And what are the odds
that you're going to control now?
Now, yeah. But what are the odds a comedian is going to have those skills?
No.
So this guy, and he's a big guy. So this guy's like, "I'm going to kick his ass, honey. Watch this." And then Rogan comes out, boom, done. I mean, no other comic. Probably the only comic in the world. The guy happened to, be there in the front row and get the one guy who could kill you.
It's not like Joe's 6'5" either,
No, he's nothing.
He's 5'8".
Mad skills, man. And that was 1990, whatever, 3.
Well, his temper is much more controlled now because the Boston days we would all do those gigs together, and we were in a couple of situations where it was good to have Joe on your side, and it was bad in another situation. But I think
100 million probably calmed him a bit.
Yeah, calmed him down a little bit.
I think calmed him down a little bit. So I would say Governors in Levittown. Governors in Levittown for me.
Good choice.
Edinburgh for Bernie. And
Portland Comedy Connection for Al Ducharme. Now Bernadette, are you plugging anything besides not me?
My price is to urinate on me.
those are negotiable, or you're set on a price. You're stuck on one, or do you fluctuate? Women, men.
First of all, this is my bride, and I get 10%. So let's talk it out after the podcast.
My first weekend that I'm going to perform during COVID or, whatever, when it's safe to travel, I think I'll be in a Stir Crazy Comedy Club in Arizona in May. So I think that's going to be my first attempt at traveling and performing indoors. Very nice.
My sister just got the vaccine today.
Oh, okay. How does she feel?
She is right now. I mean, it was only an hour or two. So right now she's okay. Yeah, but we'll see.
Yes.
Later and tomorrow. But she's
Pfizer, Moderna, or the guy in the street corner.
I don't know which one. I didn't ask.
Did you see the guys selling fake COVID to people?
No. I mean, I'm not surprised, but really?
Yeah, come on in the back. Come on in the back.
How about the other guy?
Listen, I'll tell you what. They go $1,500 for you, $1,000 cash.
Yeah.
Then there was another guy was he an ambulance driver?
Oh, he was hoarding them. He was an EMT. Just has a picture of him getting citations and whatnot, plaques as a hero, like a few months ago.
Wow.
During COVID, they pulled their masks down and put them under their chins for the photo op. And the chief is shaking his hand. And then he's hoarding vaccines that were supposed to go to people. And he was doing it for his boss.
Him and his boss
His boss said, you got to get them for my family.
Yeah.
So they started making up patients, forging paperwork.
And got
He was a hero.
He was a hero.
He was a hero just a few months ago. Now they put his name and his picture all over the news. I hope he doesn't take himself out because it just.
Yeah.
Yeah. I hope he does. Take yourself out. You know what I mean? What the hell?
If he takes 5 vitamin Bs before he goes to sleep, maybe that's the way to go.
Might happen.
Wow, look at that. Look at Alfred putting a bow on it at the end. Nicely done, sir.
And see ya.
I didn't kill my wife. I don't care.
We'll fix it in post, you son of a bitch.
No, really, don't mess with me, because I don't come down to the bus station and slap the dick out of your mouth when you're working, do I? Oh, get on up here, motherfucker. Give me security. I'm sorry, man. The guy fucking came at me. What do you think, folks?
No way.
Okay, show it.
Subscribe. Mary.
Go to patreon.com/forwardthetwodicks.
If you shoot me, you won't see a cent of that money. Why?
I think it ends on that. That's beautiful.